Hey guys, welcome back. So, if you've ever considered or wanted to post these Instagram quotes posts or daily motivational posts without the hassle of designing and scheduling these posts, you're going to love this. Today, I'm going to show you how to create these Instagram quote posts using Google Sheets, ChatGPT, Make.com, Canva, and yes, it will auto publish to Instagram too. This is perfect for content creators, solopreneurs, or anybody who's generally interested in creating content consistently without burning out. So, if you find this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and check the description below to try Make.com for free. It is what powers the entire automation. Let's dive in. Let's start with the quote source. So, I would first of all, to start the process, I would give ChatGPT one of my favorite books and ask it to generate some quotes from it. In this case, the book that I've given ChatGPT is Alex Hamoz's $100 million offer. So the prompt that I use is, let me read out the prompts. It's based on this PDF. Create 100 quotes in the following format: innovate now, plan later. Sometimes you have to invest and then investigate. Use 125 characters maximum. Make the quotes valuable, bite size information to digest in short form content. Turn this into a CSV file for me to export. So I've done that already, and this is the CSV file that ChatGPT produced. So this is the list of 100 quotes that ChatGPT had extracted from the book that I gave it. So I've cleaned it up a bit. I've done a bit of cleaning up to just take out the things that um, are not necessary and I don't want to see in my design when I eventually automate it. So I can read a few. Most businesses are one irresistible offer away from explosive growth. If it doesn't feel like a steal, it won't sell like one either. So this is just a typical example of how you can quickly get ChatGPT to generate some quotes for you. If you don't already have quotes that you want to use, you can just get a book and ask ChatGPT to generate a quote for you. Now comes the fun part, designing the post. Okay, so we are now in Canva, and this is where we're going to now create the design of the quotes, the posts that we're going to be doing. This is the design that I'm going to be doing, and feel free to create any type of design that you want. But this is what I'm going to be doing, and this is what I'm going to be using as an example for you to understand the entire process. So this is how I want my design to look. So first of all, let's go and create a new um, Canva design. Let's look for the logo, canvas. Then we can just easily or quickly, we can quickly copy this one. Let's just copy the entire thing and bring it to our new design and paste it there. Then change the background color to black. So we have our design now. Now we're now going to take the quote that we have created, the quote that ChatGPT gave us in the sheet that we have, and we're going to have it create 100 designs for each quote, or for each quote create a design. So what we would do now is come scroll down here, and where you have bulk create, click on bulk create, and come down here and click on upload data. You will find your file that you've already saved here. In my own case, it's in my downloads. So I just click on it and open up the file. Now you can see my file here, quote, the file that I'm going to be using. This is it. So this part of the design is where I want my change to occur. This is where I want my change to happen. Okay, so on this part, when I click on this part, sorry about that, You can come here, you'd see this connect data, click on connect data and select the quotes sheet that you have previously created and continue. Next, so now you see it has populated all the quotes that you had created or that you have designed. So the next thing you can do is, apologies for that, for this. Okay, this button here can't really, my screen is hiding it. So, but this button right here, you click on it. So after you are done generating each of them, this is what you're now going to have. I made a few changes, although to mine. You're now going to have 100 pages of the design. So you can see that for each page, a new quote has been generated. And if you keep scrolling all the way to the end, you'd see that you have 100 of it. So now we're done with the design part of the automation of the whole process. We now are going to move to the fun parts of it. I've created a new scenario and that I've named Instagram quote post. So this is where we're going to now build our automation. Taking the designs that we have created, creating a caption for it, and auto posting it. So we're going to start with a tool called increment function. So just click on tools. It's going to be our trigger for this automation, and we're looking for increment function. This is it. So what the increment function does is that for every automation you're going to do, it will increment it by 1. So if it starts with 1, the next time it's going to do that automation again, it will increment it by another 1. It becomes number 2. The next time you click on it again, it will increment it by 1. So that's what it does. So we're fine. Just leave it the way it is and click save. So you have your increment function. After your increment function, we're now going to add our Canva API. So now the role of the Canva API, what the Canva API does in this case is that the Canva API will auto publish to Instagram directly. So we do that by clicking on this and searching for Canva. Search for Canva, and under Canva we are looking for export a design, right? Am I right? Yes, we're looking for export a design. I think I saw it now. Let's just search for it. Okay, yeah. So this is this is it, export a design. So I already have my Canva account integrated to make.com. So that is why you see this here. If you don't have yours, what you do is just click on this button, add here, give it a name, save it, then it will ask you for some other information, provide information, and save. So that way you have your Canva connection here. So mine is already here, so I'm just using the one that I already have. Now in Canva, what is the folder ID that you are going to? This is the only folder that I have, so I just click on this folder and it will open up the folder, and it now wants to know the design ID for the automation that you want to do. Remember when we created, after I created or after I created the design, I named it, I gave it a name, Homozy Quotes for automation. So now when I come here, I have to search for the design ID. Okay, let's not bore ourselves and just search for it, and here it is, Homozy Quotes for automation. Now we have this. It's now it's asking us for the export format. What is the format of the file going to be when you export it to Instagram? We want it to be a PNG file. So we just click on PNG. Then come down here for the height of the image. You can specify the height of the image. If not, it will use the default size, and we don't want that. So we just give it 1000 and the width 1000 because it's an Instagram post. Then for the pages, remember that this increment function that we had initially created to be the trigger, its role is to take each page that you are going to be posting one after the other and posting it to Instagram. So now we're just going to come here and pick up the page. So this is the very first page. We will take it and just by clicking on it, and we have the page here. Then we save. We're good. Everything we need is done. So what we do now is save. Yeah. Okay. So now we have that saved. The next module that we're going to be including to our automation now is Instagram. Sorry, it's ChatGPT, because we want for each post that we're going to be making, we want a caption specifically created for that particular post that we're going to be making. So in that case, we're going to use a ChatGPT completion model to be able to do that. So we do that by adding another model, this time around ChatGPT. So we have the OpenAI ChatGPT, create a completion model. This is where you can put your prompt and tell it what you want it to do. So you just click on that, and I already have my integrated ChatGPT account here, which I've done several, but this is the one I'm going to be using. It's called my Insta connection. I'll click on it. Before I go ahead, it's important that I mention that with ChatGPT on Make, you have to have, in order to be able to connect your ChatGPT to Make, you have to be able to you can only do that with the use of an API. And how do you do that? You go to OpenAI, and here you go to OpenAI. Okay, sorry. And you come down to, you have to create an account. If you don't have an account, you are going to need to create an account on platform.openai.com. You create an account. When you do, then you come to the API keys section. This is the API key that I'm using currently. You want to be able to create your own API key, which is what you're going to use to connect your ChatGPT on make.com in order to do any kind of automation. So once you are here, you have created your account, you are here. The next thing you do, okay, before you do that, you are going to need to come to the billings page. As you can see, when you look at my billings page, I have $5 credit balance on my account. You're going to have to pay for this API. They don't come free, but they are reasonably cheap. So I would recommend start with $5. Just put $5 there. You're going to use it a lot. So the last one that I paid for, I think I used it for almost 2 months. So you're going to use it a lot. So start with $5. Put five, and I think $5 is the minimum you can put. So you put $5 there, you put in your card, and you make the payment for $5. Once you are done with making this payment, you come to your API key section and you create a new API key. When I click on this create a new API key, the next thing you do is give it a name. You give your API key a name. After doing that, you create your secret key. When After creating your secret key, you're going to get an API key, a secret key. Copy that key. Don't lose that key, because if you lose that key, if you exit, you won't be able to get the key back again. So copy that key and come to your ChatGPT. Let's assume I'm just trying to add a new one. I come here and let's say I'm trying to add a new connection. So I just do my new connection and I save it. When I save it, it asks me for my API key. That API key that I copied, I'm going to come here and I will paste it here. Then it's requesting you provide the organization ID. You go back to your page and come to the Generals tab. Under the Generals tab, you see this here. It's called your organization ID. Organization ID, you copy your organization ID. That's what you're going to be using. And come back here and paste your organization ID and save. And that is how you're able to create your connection on with ChatGPT. So I'm not going to be doing that here because I already have my connection. So I'll be using my Insta connection. That's the one I'm currently using. Now, leave this as it is. Then for the model, I'm going to be using the O4 mini model. I click on the O4 mini model. Then the next thing is, now you want it to be able to, you want to give it instruction, you want to give it a prompt on what it's supposed to be doing. And you do that by coming to the messages part here and click on add a message. Once you do that, once you're done with that, scroll down. And for the role, we're going to be using the user role. I'll be explaining all these different roles, especially with ChatGPT, in further further videos. So, but for now, we're going to be using the user role, and I already have a prompt that I had typed somewhere. I just copied and I'm pasting it here. Now, this is what my prompt says. It says you are an Instagram caption expert, crafting engaging high performing posts. Sorry, high performing post copy for top brands. Use your expertise to generate an optimized caption to accompany the following post. So the post that you want it to um, create the caption for is the here you come to the data part of your Canva model. The previous Canva model that you created is behind this now. The data that you provide, this is the data from that um, model. You're going to give it the data here and say use this data to come up with a caption for the post. Now, once you're done with that, scroll down, leave everything else as it is. You can change this to 1,000 tokens. It doesn't matter, and save it. So we're done with our chat GPT model, our completion model. The next thing that we're going to do now is I want to be able to I want to post to Instagram, yes, but at the same time, I want to save my work somewhere else, maybe for future references. So what do? I use something called a flow model. And in the flow model, flow control. Now, in the flow control, I look for something called a router. With the router, when you include the router creates two parts for you, and you can add as many parts as you want, But in this case, I'm just going to maintain the two that it initially created. So with the flow, what I'm going to be doing here is that let's auto align this. Yeah. Okay, so now this part is going to do the post to the Instagram account. And this part is going to save my work to maybe a Google Drive that I had previously created. So let's start with the Instagram account. Now we come here and we look for Instagram for business. Take note that with AI automation using Make and most of other automation tools, when you're going to do an automated post, you can only do it on an Instagram business account. You can't do it on the regular account. So if your account is not a business account, I advise you to go and switch over to a regular account. Now, we want to create let's see some of the models that are available to us. We want to create a photo post, a real post, a photo post. Okay, yes, we want to create a photo post. So I click on it, and as you can see, I already have my Instagram. I have several Instagram accounts that is connected, have been integrated to Make. So, but the one that I'll be using specifically um is this one. And the page name is auto AI automate Cynthia underscore Okodwa. Now, for your photo URL, this is where Instagram is going to be getting the photo from. The photo is going to be coming from the Canva model, the file URL. This file URL is where all your photos are contained. So you click on this, it will populate this part. Then it's also asking you for a caption. Remember that we have told ChatGPT to create a caption for the photos or for the different quotes that it will be receiving. So we are coming to ChatGPT, so the ChatGPT model, and we come under choices, click on choices, click on messages. Under messages, you have something called content. You click on content, and it will take the ChatGPT content and it will use it to create the post for you. Then the next part is you can add tags if you want to. I won't be doing that. You can add location if you want to. I won't be doing that. So that'll be it for me. And next I'll do is saving my work. The final part is okay. Let me just move this away. The final part now is I want to save my work to Google Drive. So I come here and I type Google and I have Google Drive. And under Google Drive, I want to look for a module called upload a file and click on it. I already have my Google Drive integrated. So for all these modules that you are seeing, anyone you can create your own. All you need to do is just add. When you click on add, just follow the instructions. If you for this one, you can just sign in with Google straight or do it the manual way if you choose to. So but I already have mine here. Then for the folder ID, I want you to select from the list of folders that I have in my drive. Then in the folder location, I have a folder named Instagram posts. So that is where I want it to save. I already have some things saved there, but it's fine. We're still going to use it. And finally, we would save this. Okay, no, we still have two other things that we need to fill out. Okay, so let's just click on it again. What's this? Okay. So yeah, so for the file name, yes, the file name. The file name that we're going to be giving it will be the name of the original increment that we're doing. So this initial increment, the file name that it produces is what we're going to be using. So we give it as file name, but we want to add .png because we want it to save it as a PNG file. Then for the data part is fine. It's going to be taking data from what Canva has already created. And then finally we save. So we are done with setting up. The next thing we're going to do now is let's try and run this and see, and hopefully we don't have any errors. So we'll just run once and watch to see that our automation goes well. Meanwhile, this is the Instagram account that we are going to be utilizing. So let's just watch and see that everything goes well. Just give it a few minutes and we can see that this one has gone through, this one has gone through. ChatGPT has done its work. Now it has also done its post to Instagram, but we have an error in the Google Drive part. So okay, so the caller does not have permission. So this is more like a permission issue. We will sort that out. But the main thing that we want to check is let's even see whether it's actually created the post for us. And then we'll know. So you can see, boom, the first one, innovate face first, optimize later, action creates clarity. You can see ChatGPT has created this caption for us. Systems, not hustles, build empires. If you keep doing the same small tasks, blah 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 blah. It has taken the time to create the captions for you. It has even put your hashtags and everything that you need. So this is how to automate the process of social media posting. So now with this automation that I have done, all I need to do for now going forward is I can decide, okay, I now want to schedule this for every at regular intervals. I can say, okay, I want you to post this every day and give it a time, a specific time that you want it to post and save. But in this case, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Or you can just manually come in and run it and it will just do your post for you. And that's essentially is how you are able to automate the process of posting on social media. I would look into the issue. This is a permission issue. I'd have to go into my Google Drive to figure out what is causing this and why I'm not able to um, upload to Google Drive. The main part of this whole video is this, that we can automate the process of posting to Instagram. And there you have it, your entire Instagram quote post system fully automated. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I post weekly walkthroughs like this on automations and AI tools. I drop my make.com referral link in the description. It is free to start and honestly one of the best tools out there to start creative automations. See you in the next one.